Hello, welcome to another episode of Battle Topics. I'm your host Clayton, along with my co-host
Stalk. And for this episode, we're going to be talking about music and battle rap. Are they intertwined? And if so, how does one balance both? Obviously, they influence each other. So I think we should talk to someone who has a pretty good perspective on both, and that man happens to be Ness Lee. Yosemite Ham, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm Mumbles McGee for this, particular conversation.
I said, I am battle rap's Luke Cage. Dude's frame is made of impervious tissue. So all your side arms suggest you're worshiping Vishnu. If you hurt me, it's mental, but nah, nigga. I'm the swastika before German officials had it converted from Hindu. You better pray your worst that Jesus and Fergie avenge you when I purple nurple your Serbian pistol and turn it against you. The battle world done heard what I've been through concerning credentials, but with you, we've not even learned the essentials. All we know is how your verses are too nerdy to sit through, and if you added an extra X to your shirts, they'll fit you.
Thank you for joining us, first of all. And again, as I said, for this topic, we're going to be talking about music. And first question out the gate, which I think is a pretty obvious answer. Would you consider yourself more as a battle rapper who makes music or a musician who battles?
First off, man, I appreciate you guys for having me, man. I struggled with that question for a while, man, for a few years, until you just, when you stop fighting whatever title someone gives you, you realize exactly what you are. I'm a battle rapper and I'm a musician, so, I'm not one or the other. You know what I'm saying? I used to be under the mindset that I'm a musician, I'm an artist that battle raps, but I'm a battle rapper, man. I mean, just because I make music doesn't mean I'm not a battle rapper. I live fluent in both areas, in both arenas. So, I would consider myself both, man.
And it is apples and oranges. They are pretty different, at least in this point in both formats. Do you feel like there is a stigma that battle rappers can't make music?
Oh, there's absolutely a stigma. Whether it's true or not is a whole different story, man. The stigma is there, and I think that's for less educated people. It's that stigma seems to be going away the longer this era of battle rap stays around, because the more people immerse themselves into it, the more they see that a lot of us can make music. The fact of the matter is, the majority of humans can't make music. Battle rappers are human. You know what I'm saying? They just happen to be a collection of people that somebody can put a stigma on. So when you say the majority of battle rappers can't make music, it's true, because the majority of humans can't make music, but it's not because they're battle rappers, it's because they're human.
That's a good point. I've never heard it put that way, but you said that you would consider yourself a musician and a battler equally, not one more or less than the other. Do you feel like the musician part has made you a better battler, or do you think that being a battler has made you like a better musician?
They have a weird relationship with myself. I can't speak for anyone else, but battling, of all things, it made my writing and music a little bit more basic, man, because, I'm a little bit more outside of the box when it comes to my cadences and my pocket and my timing, and even a lot of the content and lyricism. But battle rap has been around long enough. This era of battle rap, this written era of battle rap, has been around long enough to establish a certain thing that certain fans want, and the certain thing that the certain fans want happens to be something that the majority of these fans want. And even though a lot of people say they want complex lyricism and they want to hear something that's out of the box, they don't really want that. They want to hear something that they think is that. So
yeah.
Like I come from a complex background when it comes to the way I write. I've actually had to simplify a lot of the stuff that I say, or simplify the way that I say it, or simplify the way that I time it, for it to hit a little bit harder in a live environment. So after doing that for so long, it kind of affected the way I write. I wasn't really about painting by numbers, but that's kind of what it's become now. And not to say I'm mad at it, but it has. I can't say it's diminished it, because, a lot of people like my writing now more so than others, but, it's kind of like jazz. The better it gets, the less appreciated it is. That's how, that's kind of how my writing was before. So
That's a great analogy, because, going into the battle rap spectrum, you versus Mad Flex, I think a big appeal was how unconventional both of you were. And I know, having talked to Madflex, a big complex he deals with when he writes is, okay, I know that I write differently and not everybody gets it. So I think I have to kind of dumb it down so it's a bit more palatable to a big audience. And I'm sure that's a struggle you faced, where it's like, okay, do I write the way I want to, or do I kind of have to bend the corners to fit a square into a circle so every fan can understand what I'm saying? I'm sure music can be the exact same way.
Yeah, man. I actually had a conversation with Madflex about it, and I think you'd be able to even see my progression of figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? If you have something intelligent to say it stupid. If you have something stupid to say it intelligent. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way to put it. There's an audience for everything. And like you said, there are the audience that say they want complex lyrics and they want stuff that no one's really going to catch first watch. That audience is obviously a lot smaller than the palatable fart joke, fat joke, non-diehard fans that might not necessarily digest it as easily. But do you think that that's a negative thing, that you appeal to that audience that not every battler can appeal to? Or do you just kind of want to steer away from that personally?
I never want to steer away from anything that I've established at my core. You know what I'm saying? Like that would just be dumb. You know, but I would like to broaden my horizon, because that's not the only thing that I do. Like, I come from a background of being a fan first, and I come from a background of being around actual rappers, man. And so, like, I really studied the ins and outs of this shit, man. So, you know, even though I do come from a little bit more complex background with my lyricism, like, I'm capable of doing a lot of things that a lot of people haven't really seen from me, because I've been kind of typecasted into that, you know, lyricism thing. I'm not upset at that at all, but, you know.
Yeah, and I think what we were saying earlier about your battling style, in terms of your complexity maybe not appealing to the masses that want something simple. Meanwhile, you know, you smell like a fart is what the crowd eats up and gets big. Do you feel that way about mainstream music? Because obviously, as a producer, to be a producer, you got to be a bit of a perfectionist too. At the same time, you know, the big thing, and you know, this is, people can fucking argue all day about it on the internet, is, you know, mumble rap is, you know, these rappers aren't saying anything. They're just blah, 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 blah. Is there a part of you that listens to mainstream radio rap and thinks, as a producer, as a rapper, like, God, if I could dumb my shit down and do this all day? Like, is there a part of you that hears what's successful musically in the hip hop world and you go, I'm just too complex for, you know, to be eaten up like these guys are?
You know what's crazy is, like, I used to be one of those dudes, man, that hated anything that was less than what I considered great or perfect. But what is perfection, man? You say, you know, like you mentioned perfectionist. What is perfect? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The perfect is in the ears of the listener, man. Like, a couple years ago, Lush One was ranting and raving about Young Thug, and I heard it. I was like, yo, this shit is garbage, man. Get this shit the fuck out of my face. And then If It Ain't About the Money came out, and his first few bars, busting out the bando. A nigga jury other than like a man, no. I went from rags to riches to a 50 with tip. And then I heard that cadence right there, and I heard his pocket and the way he landed on the beat. I was like, oh, maybe I'm missing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm sleeping on him or something, man. And I went on a Young Thug binge, and I realized that the only other person that I've heard with a pocket like that is Tech Nine. He's landing on the beat like nobody ever lands. Like, nobody can land on a beat naturally, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just doing that shit, and other people have to try to do it, and this is how he freestyles. And you can make a perfect boom bap beat, and you can make a perfect fucking trap beat, or you can make a perfect boom bap song, or a perfect trap song, or a mumble song, or whatever. Like, I like Lil Yachty. A lot of people wouldn't expect that, but I like Lil Yachty, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Lil Yachty's dope. No, I agree with that.
Oddly enough, I sell more of the Young Thug type music than I do the boom bap shit. Honestly, like, at the end of the day, people just want to hear shit that makes them feel good. People don't really care about the actual lyrics. People think they do, but they don't really care about the lyrics. They're buying a feeling. or they're listening to a feeling. You know, they're not really listening to the actual lyrics.
That's a good point. If whenever you see battles, a lot of the more digestible lines or compilations very rarely highlight the really complex lines. It's normally like the 1-2 punch or the quick jab or the fat joke or whatever. And that genuine reaction seems to be the genuine feeling. But on the flip side, some of the lyrics that you have or like Madflex has, like in your guys' battle, when you catch it on the third or fourth watch, it gives you a similar feeling of that you like discovered something and that you reached like a pinnacle of, oh, I finally understand, that moment of understanding. And that feeling in itself is probably the euphoric feeling that people want every line. You know what I mean?
You know, as much as I enjoy Ness and Flex and like those guys, that's kind of what is a detriment too, because when you're a complex writer, your battles become almost like a treasure hunt, like an Easter egg hunt, where you appreciate it more over time. And most battle fans are lazy. They want, you know, Sharon to say, your mom's like a shotgun, 2 cocks, and she's ready to blow. It's like, okay, I get that right away. Right. Yeah, so it's apples and oranges, you know, it just depends what you like, I suppose.
Yeah, you even see that with, for example, Dumbfounded versus Conceited. Neither of those are super complex, but regardless of their fame outside of battle rap, their actual content was super digestible, and like it's a perfect battle, a lot of people say, to show people who have never watched a rap battle before, where they can immediately grasp onto the concept of what battle rap is and what they're trying to do to get from point A to point B, rather than if you were to show them you and Madflex, people would either feel like they're missing something, they're not in on like the joke. I think it's good that there are different avenues to where, like, if you want to be the casual fan, to where you like the concept of one person saying something to another and back forth, but if you want to escalate further, there's more levels to it, and it goes deeper than just that one facet of it.
Yeah, man. Conceited versus Dumbfounded, that's like a 30-minute Wild 'N Out battle. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
Like that would be the perfect battle to introduce someone to battle rap, whom you wouldn't think would be like a die-hard, go deep into the culture person. You know what I'm saying? Like, if their main consumption of music is like what's on the radio, Conceited versus Dumbfounded would be perfect for them. You know what I'm saying? That's no diss. That's no shot to Conceited and Dumbfounded. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have more views in one battle than I have in my career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I, like, you know, not just because you're here, but I always feel like, you know, one of those just digestible, you don't need to know battle rap battles you can show your Nana and she'll enjoy. I feel like you and FLO's up there. It's just two dudes kind of clowning on each other, you know? It's not that obscure. You don't need to know the background of both you guys. It's just two dudes clowning on each other, and it's really open-ended to who can appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And it seems like with the absence of grind time, that part of battle, like those types of battles, it seems like nobody really wants to set those up anymore. Like, that's where, like, when I talk about where I really come from in battle rap, I come from the freestyle era, just joning on somebody and making it rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just joke on you and make that shit rhyme. And, you know, that's just how it was in the era I come from. If I used to go to your block and battle you, and you was freestyling and I was freestyling, we came with jokes the whole time. But it seems that the whole, you know, having fun in battle rap is kind of frowned upon nowadays by a lot of I'll say the majority of fans. You know what I'm saying?
But I think that kind of leads back to, I've had this conversation with like Organic and stuff like that, where the same way that a Tupac fan may not necessarily like Chance the Rapper fans may not like Tupac. You know what I mean? So it's good that they're and they're both rap, they're both hip hop, but the fact that they're under the same genre doesn't typecast them as necessarily a hip hop head has to like both. You know what I mean? So it's good that there are different avenues within the same genre.
Absolutely. The thing that happened with the music industry, the battle rap world is kind of facing the same parallel right now, because the music industry got funneled. You know what I'm saying? And everyone was funneled into oh, this is what sounds hot right now. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and this is what I'm gonna do to get on. And this is that's from the artist perspective, and from the people who are putting artists on, it's like, okay, that's what hot. Okay, well, you can't come through these doors and get a contract unless you're doing that. You know, and that made a lot of people head towards using auto-tune. I'm not afraid to use auto-tune myself. As far as battle rap goes, it's still new to a lot of people, and it's still not a lot of new fans coming in, and they come in and they see the most popular style of battle rap, which is gun bar, street heavy. It's a certain style of battle that's getting the most exposure right now. It's starting to get to the point where every farm league, like every league that the big leagues get talent from, 95% of the people in those leagues rap like that. And it's getting difficult to get any traction anywhere if you sound like anything other than that. You know what I mean? And you're a battle rapper and you're new. Like people like me who've been around, yeah, I'm gonna get booked. But like if you come from if you come from a background of actually rapping, and then you step in this arena and you're trying to rap, and then somebody like, oh, you sound like you on the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like we need you to PG step, and we need you to have like 85 gun bars and 65 double entendres and triple entendres that aren't really entendres, but I think they are. And I'm gonna go crazy when you say it, even if it don't make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we need you to do that shit. Then you're gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
it's kind of like an infection, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit is kind of crazy.
Just to backtrack a little bit, when you're talking about the rise of popularity and auto-tune, because that's what was hot at the time in music. I remember when you released I Am the South, and it was really popular and went over well on rapmusic.com. And there are a lot of people who are like, oh man, this is a really good song. I just don't really fuck with the whole auto-tune thing. And you had to say multiple times, there's no auto-tune. Like I didn't use any. But people just kept saying it over and over because they weren't used to you singing, or they just weren't used to people singing in music, I guess.
Well, you know what it is? That comes from an unseasoned opinion. We're gonna use season. We're gonna go ahead and
let's do it, please.
I guess they're not used to rappers who are hardcore rappers singing, but they're really not used to hardcore rappers having harmonies. And the harmonies is what they thought was auto-tune. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's so crazy because another background I come from is singing in the church, man. I've been church singing forever, man. Like I make more money singing at weddings and funerals, and when I lived in New Jersey, I used to cantor for a Catholic church. Like that's where the bulk of my bread came from. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't need auto-tune. If I ever use it, it's for it's a sound effect. Yeah, that shit was crazy, man. That's still one of my more popular songs nowadays. Today.
Totally off topic.
All right, Ness, you've mentioned in the past that you prepare for your battles by recording yourself over a beat and repeating it until you can memorize your rounds fluently. What battler do you think their rounds would sound the best over a Ness Lee production?
Let's see. Lil G would be at the top of my list.
Oh, God.
Shout out Lil G, man. I fuck with him. Shotgun Suge, he's crazy. His everything about him is crazy. I think Sid Vicious, he's fat and he sucks at his entire life sucks. But that motherfucker can rap, boy. Like that nigga is insane, man. Sid may be one of the best rappers in this whole shit, even though he's a scumbag and he's a piece of shit, but he can rap, like he's really great. His voice, like let me take this time out to say that he may have the best voice in battle rap. And if I can get him to care about a battle long enough for people to set up him versus Shotgun Suge, that would be one of my favorite battles of all time. Loaded Lux, of course. Fuck Lux, but yeah, he's great. He's amazing. I think he would sound great over one of my beats. Murder Mook, of course. T-Rex, Cheddar Cheese, Tricky P, Who else? Caveman Brown.
Yeah, these are all rhythm dudes. These are all dudes that can write a beat when it's a cappella.
Yeah. My favorite may be Bill Collector, man. He's in my top 5. I don't give a fuck about how many times he choked, but my favorite, rhythmic battler. One of my favorite battlers, period, is Bill Collector. So, yeah, I can hear them cats on a lot of on some Ness Lee production.
So Ness, you're a big advocate for the South, and doesn't seem to be a lot of people that push the South as much as you do. And I happen to also be from the South, and despite all the good things about the South, there tend to be a lot of negatives about the South. So just off top, what are the top 3 things that you do not like about the South?
You know what? I'm so Southern that I don't think I have any, man. Like it's
I
crazy,
knew it,
bro.
I knew you would say that.
I mean, I'm gonna dig deep, man. Let's go. Let's go ahead and really try to dig into this, man. Let's see.
You can say the Ku Klux Klan if you want. That's one.
That's definitely one.
That's an easy one.
The Ku Klux Klan is officially on my fuck nigga list. They're a bunch of fuck niggas. I can't stand them. Okay. I'll say one thing. Niggas around here is so focused on getting money that they don't really pay attention to anything else. If somebody is portraying us, they may portray us as unintelligent, but it's because they're not getting anything from us because we're so focused on getting the money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
For this question's purpose, we look dumb. We look
okay.
Dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're so one-track minded that you just seem simple.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's a fair answer. All right. So next question: what tournament would you be more likely to enter? Grind Time's Follow the Leader 2 or rapmusic.com's 2017 GRBs?
2017 GRBs, man. The Follow the Leader 1 didn't even finish.
I know.
Yo, let me tell you what's so crazy about Follow the Leader 1, man, is all the losers got paid, man. Me and
except
A-class,
you.
Yeah, the fact that me and A-class were the finalists, we didn't get paid anything. But the people that we beat got money.
Shout out to Lada Zay.
Shout out to Lada Zay, man.
So stemming from that a little bit, this kind of pertains to that. If you were to do a 2-on-2 battle and had to pick from these 2 selections for your 2-on-2 partner, which one would you choose? Would you choose direct or direct doing a Cameron impression the entire time?
Ooh. Yo, that's crazy because I don't think there's been a time that me and Direct have been around each other that we haven't battled each other.
He battles anybody that walks near him, or he just starts rapping at them whether they like it or not.
Yo, it's really crazy, man, because every time I have a party at my crib, man, it ends up being Direct versus the world, bro. Like, it's really crazy. Like, he's fucking Scott Pilgrim or some shit, man. Like, yo, like, I can't call it, man, because the whole reason everybody knows that he does the Cameron impersonation is because he did it on my YouTube channel, and I asked him to do it because when he talks, he naturally sounds like Cameron. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was Lounge Battles 9, I think, in 2009 or whatever number Lounge Battle that was in 2009, and we're in Florida. Me, Hemi, my brother Isaiah, Direct, we're at the Rex crib, and he's talking to me. And I'm like, my nigga, you sound exactly like Cameron, man. This is ridiculous, bro. Like, you have Cameron's voice, man. Like, do you know you have Cameron's voice? And he's like, yo, cut on a beat real quick. Cut on a beat. I'm gonna show you something. And he starts and he does the legendary Cameron impersonation. Yeah. So I can't really answer that question because Cameron, like, Direct rapping is a Cameron impersonation. I would probably choose Direct, man, because people don't, like, as much as he freestyles around people, it still doesn't even show, like, a quarter of how good he is at freestyling, man. Like, he's probably as good as QP, man. He's probably good at quantum physics, man. Like,
All right. So next question is, I want you to name 2 different parts of Georgia. I want you to name the place in Georgia you are most likely to see people who resemble Sid Vicious, and name a part of Georgia where you're most likely to see the people who resemble Carter Deems.
wow. I would probably say for Sid Vicious, Dublin, Georgia, man. That's where a lot of my family is from.
Okay.
But like, ain't nothing to do there but sell drugs, work at a factory, and get fat after high school. So, probably Dublin, Georgia for Sid, man. And for Carter Deems, I would say fucking Union City. Nah, not Union City. Not Union City. Peachtree City. It's like it's a little area where it's like nothing but white people, and people have like they have Porsches and Maseratis, but they don't drive them. They drive around in golf carts.
Okay. Yep. That sounds perfect then.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would definitely say Peachtree City for Carter Deems.
Ness, so if you had to choose between these two to do for a year, which one would you choose? Wear nothing but Adidas jogging suits for an entire year?
Wait, I've already done that, man. Like, what's this?
All right. Okay. You cannot wear an Adidas jogging suit for a year.
Okay, so start from the top. You cannot wear an Adidas jogging suit for an entire year, or you have to record all of your music on GarageBand for an entire year. Which one would you pick?
Oh shit. I just can't go without the Adidas. I mean, if you can see my closet right now, man, my Adidas jogging suit collection is getting expensive, boy. Like how P. Diddy said he got a Benz he ain't even drove yet. Like, I got like 5 Adidas outfits that I haven't even worn yet, man. Like, it's getting real over here, bro. So yeah, I would probably go with GarageBand, man, because it's not really the equipment. It's about how you freak it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Erykah Badu has a ridiculous project on GarageBand. One of my favorite artists, shit, man, why can't I remember his name? And he's one of my favorite artists. I'm looking like a fraud right now. Greg Laswell, he used to do work on GarageBand, man. Like, you know, GarageBand is kind of dope, bro.
That's dope. But yeah, we appreciate you being on, Ness.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, my G's.
Thanks
Thanks,
for joining
man.
us, Ness.
Yes, sir. I'll holler at you boys in a minute, man.
All right. All right, see you, man.
All right, peace.